I just got back from a day trip to Red Lake Falls, and I think I posted it yesterday, maybe, I think, or the day before, I don't know. But anyway, I posted a video saying how I was going to take a day trip up to Red Lake Falls because of the story I heard. And the story was by, the story I heard it from, Andy Jang. Probably pronounced his last name wrong, I have no clue. But I heard a story by him to do with a guy moving to Red Lake Falls from DC. And so I decided to go and take a day trip to Red Lake Falls because I haven't been there for God knows how long. It's probably been over 10 years, to be honest, guys. My uncle used to live there. That's it. That was probably the last time I went there. But I went there today, and yeah, let's talk about it. So, on the way there, I drove to Oakley, because Oakley is pretty close. And I have a massive list right here of what I did in Oakley. So, let's begin. My handwriting's horrible, but it says drove around. There's not much in Oakley. Not much at all. It's the only thing I know of that's there is the quilting shop, which I didn't even go to. My grandma. I was with my grandma, and she said that it was expensive, so we didn't go in there. But the reason I wanted to go to Oakley was because I've talked about this record before, and so if you know about it, here's a brief summary. It's a band from local rural Minnesota, and two of the band members were actually from Oakley because they were brothers. And so I wanted to go there just to see what it was like. It's a nice little quaint town. I kind of like it, but there's nothing there pretty much. All there really is the elevator. In rural Minnesota, most small towns in rural Minnesota thrive on elevators. Not elevators as in, whatever it's called. Oh, I don't know how to describe it, but you know what I'm talking about. It's instead elevators that are like for rice and grain, I think. Maybe it's just grain, I don't know. But then I also, like I said, went to Red Lake Falls, and I did a couple of things there. Red Lake Falls is a pretty small town, and so I didn't really do much. What I did was I stopped at a gas station, and I recognized it as the exact same gas station as in the video by Andy Jang, where it was Christopher Ingram, the guy who moved from DC to Red Lake Falls. I recognized it, that I was at the same gas station, although it had changed a little bit since the video was taken, but hadn't changed that much. But they also sold books here by Christopher Ingram. If you lived here, you'd be home by now, which is true. As someone who lives in rural Minnesota and always has, the commutes in big cities, horrible. I don't understand why anybody would ever want to live there. The traffic's horrible. But it's definitely an old copy because it's yellowed and kind of a little dirty. They had to kind of find it. And apparently, Christopher Ingram is moving to New York soon. Apparently, that's what they said at the gas station. But like I asked about it to them. Yeah, it was interesting. I'll have to read this because it's also autographed, so. Where's the autograph? There's the autograph. Yeah, it's an interesting story, and that's why I wanted to go to Red Lake Falls. But I also went to the thrift store they have there. And it's a huge thrift store, like massive. And I got 3 records there, 1 45 and 2 LPs. First is an Andy Williams 45. First one I've got since last summer. They had some Andy Williams LPs there, but I had all of them. This is Dear Heart and Emily. I have Dear Heart on a vinyl. I'm not sure about Emily. So, yeah. I'll just set this here. And then I got ABC by the Jackson 5. And Elton John, Don't Shoot Me. And one issue with this is these I didn't even check if they have the correct record in them. I forgot. Don't shoot me, I'm only the piano player. Yep, that's the right one. And how about the Jackson 5? ABC Jackson 5. Yep, correct record's good. I've made that mistake a few times where I did not check. One of them, let me show you. Because this one, I bought it at a record store, or an antique store, and it had the wrong record in it, so, and I didn't realize it until I got home, and they had no returns, so, and then another one, I noticed it after I purchased it, but before I left the store, and so I returned. I don't know what my dog's barking at. So now my dog's in my room, so I could get him to shut up. But this is the album. I got it while I was on Cape Cod. Then before I left the store, I checked it, realized it was the wrong record, so I returned it. And then months later, like over 6 months later, I did find this at an antique store and got it. And so let me think, what else? Went up to Thief River Falls. And if you guys know about Thief River Falls, like that, I did more stuff there because my grandma wanted to go to Thief River Falls. And we stopped at this thrift store, and I got some records there too. But they also had a self-playing piano that was pretty cool, and my grandma wanted to show me that. Anyway, I got all of the same artists, 2, 3, 4, 5 Benny Goodman albums. Please tell me you know who he is. I don't want to explain it. But yeah, Benny Goodman. And then at Thief River Falls, I stopped at Walmart. And I got an album that I wish I got before at Walmart. And this, Forrest Gump soundtrack. I was at a Walmart, I can't remember what Walmart it was. But I was at a Walmart, I saw this there, and I didn't get it, and then I regretted it almost immediately, so I told myself if I ever see it at a Walmart again, I'm getting it. Because it wasn't my hometown Walmart, I know that for sure. But, now I bought it. So, let's take it out of the seal. Making it, how many records now have I bought new? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this would make it 11, right? Could be, I think I'm right. But yeah. Made in the Czech Republic. So, yeah, Forrest Gump soundtrack. Great soundtrack. But I do wish that it was, it's a double LP set, but I wish it was like these types of LP sets. And another thing I did was stop at Fleet and pick up Northern Soda, L&M Fleet. Shit, what is that on there? Well, I know it's not from one of these cans because these cans are not colored. But yeah, I wonder what that's all about. I'll figure it out later. And then my favorite cream soda. This, Jones's cream soda. It's really good. But yeah, I have a boring life, if you can't tell. I don't go places. I want to travel more. This was really just a records video, so I'm just gonna title it Records I Got Recently. So I should also probably mention me getting the Madonna title album a few days ago at a thrift. My mom got it at a thrift store. So yeah, Which, that's, funnily enough, Madonna, first female artist I have on vinyl. Isn't that weird? Yeah, thanks for watching.